Hey y'all, welcome back. It's a hot day today, by the way. Welcome back. I'm headed over to my neighbor's house. She had a leak from her hot water heater, and it was a copper, look at me, my hand all in the way. It was a copper pipe on the outlet side which had started to leak. And one of the problems you have out here in the country where we live is that there's a lot of iron in the water, and that iron will react with the copper, and eventually it will erode the copper away, and you're going to spring a small leak. And so we're going to go over there, and it's a simple fix. It may not seem quite so simple, but it really is. You just have to pay attention, in her case, to a couple of specific things. So yeah, anyway, we're going to head over there, and hopefully she'll let me video this so that somebody else can learn. And I'll show you how we're going to do it. Okay, I just pulled up over here, and I want to show you real quick what we're going to need for this. I've got a length of 3/4 inch PEX pipe. And look, there's other ways to fix this. Let me just back up here. There are other ways to do this, but this is the way that I'm going to do it. Okay. So we got some 3/4 inch PEX pipe. I happen to have this piece already, so she didn't have to buy that. She had to buy 2 fittings. I'll explain those when we get inside. I'm gonna need some cutters of some type to cut the PEX with, and the pipe she already has in there. She has Quest. It's an older trader, much like mine. This cutter might also work, but we're gonna use this one. That's easier. We'll need some thread tape, and you know, a pipe wrench or an adjustable wrench, or just a pair of channel locks will be fine. Anyway, that's it. Let's run inside and let's knock this out. This should only take just a couple of minutes. Okay, y'all, so here's what happened. This copper piece right here is part that eroded, and right here where it goes in, I'll take this off a second and show you, but it just has developed a little crack. But so this is like my house, and it was originally plumbed in this Quest pipe, and so this isn't quite compatible with some other things. So and you'll see down here, I've already done this repair once on the bottom side. Now we're doing it on the top. Okay, so there's a special fitting which will let us attach a section of the PEX to this, and then another fitting which will go on here. And we're going to use the push to connect. There's a couple of different brands, but they're really easy to use, and any of y'all can use them. So all right, okay, so the first thing we've got to do is take this off. And I cheated, because when I came out and checked this yesterday, I removed this once. Let's see. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. So this uses this kind of a bushing to create a watertight seal here. It's like a nylon bushing. And that's fine, but it was right in the bend. If I had a light behind it, you'd be able to see. But there's a little bit of a crack right in there. Okay, anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut this here. And then the straight fitting will attach, and it just pushes on. And then we're going to put this one on. Put this will then go on here. We got to put some Teflon thread tape around that to make sure that it doesn't leak, because this does not have that nylon bushing like we had here. Okay, and then we'll tighten that down, getting tight, and then we'll cut us a length of the PEX to go in between the two. Try that again. When you cut these, it's really important that you get a nice straight 90-degree cut. So I'm going to set this down for a second. But what I do, well, here you go. Okay, so what I do is, you can tell if it's 90 degrees when you hold it this way, but I tend to not cut all the way through just yet, and I rotate it around and try to get a nice straight line. And then when I cut through, it usually just follows that line. And that looks really good. Okay, now I can go ahead and slide this on. And you want to slide it all the way down till it bottoms out and it won't go anymore. And you can actually see the end of the pipe in there. All right, now we'll get some thread tape. And when you put this on, here, it's lefty is loosey. We want to go righty tighty. We want to go clockwise around with the Teflon tape. Clockwise around. So when we tighten it on, the threads are going in the same direction as the tape. But the tape is wound. Okay, now, and I back these up just a little bit till I feel a click. I think I felt it right there. Because you don't want to cross thread it. Turn it down. Maybe one more by hand, and then maybe not quite one more by hand. Let me grab my channel locks. I'm just going to kind of line these up. That looks good. And now, this is easy enough to measure. I can actually go ahead and slide this end in here all the way. And then I need to cut this the same way I cut the other one, 90 degrees. So I'm going to go right here. And just going to start back and forth. Get a line started and finish the cut. I had to go behind somebody one time and fix theirs, and I asked them, was that cut 90 degrees? And they swore it was, and it was not 90. It was like, I don't know, it was way off. Probably 60 degrees. And then this one, all the way in, as tight as it'll go. And that's done. So we're going to go turn the water on and pressure test it, make sure that this is not going to leak. But that's how easy it is. This is not a hard fix at all. Okay, so now it's all turned back on and no leaks. So good deal. And you can tell the water is hot coming out of there. So since this was up here and we had turned the water off, a lot of times if you have an issue with the water heater, you're going to want to turn the hot water heater off, the element inside off, because if the water level drops down and it exposes that element, the element's going to break, and then you've got to replace that. But since our leak was up here and we turned the water off, anyway, there was no danger of that happening. All right, anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon.